Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at a time guesser puzzle. This is a game that tests your history knowledge and your geography knowledge. We'll be given a series of 5 photos, just like this one. For each one we have to say where in the world was it taken, but we also have to say when in history was it taken. It could be anywhere from 1900s to the present day. This points, of course, the closer you are, both on the map and on the timeline. I usually aim for about 2/3 to 3/4, but of course it very much depends on how much I can glean from the photos and how much I can guess, luckily. So, yeah, it's very variable, but let's crack on, and of course feel free to leave your guesses in the comments as well. This looks pretty modern, it's black and white. When I say modern, I suppose maybe it's 80s or 90s rather than 2000s. Just having zoomed in, it looks a bit older quality than I thought. Does it have a year somewhere here? That says 27, but clearly it's not 1927 or 2027. It's Cyrillic, so it's going to be Moscow or... it's going to be Russia or Bulgaria. That says 1898. That says 100. So let's assume it's something commemorating the centenary of something from 1898. So I'm going to go 1998, which I think, based on the outfits and the photo quality, is very plausible. So then the only remaining question is, where are we? We're not going to be that far away either way, because it's clearly, surely, in Eastern Europe. I mean, that could be a blue and yellow Ukraine football shirt or something like that. It would be helpful if I could read more of this, but the quality is just not quite good enough. And of course it's Cyrillic rather than a language that I can actually read anyway. What do we think? I mean, there's words that start M-O-C-K. I'm not sure any of them are actually Moscow, but it definitely could be Moscow, couldn't it? What does that say? Not sure. Let's just go for Moscow and hope that we're not too far away. Even if it's Bulgaria, we should end up being relatively close. It was Moscow. I was 1 year off, so that was clearly an old poster, but I'm pretty happy with that. 9931 out of 10,000 for the first one. It's all downhill from here. Oh, especially because we've got a black and white photo. We get quite a lot of black and white photos, and I always am scared of them because they could be anywhere from about 1900 to 1980. This one very much is not going to be 1900 or 1980. It's clearly going to be somewhere in between. And I'm also scared of America because this feels very obviously in America. There's a chance it's Australia, but I'm pretty sure it's America. But the trouble is, unless I see the name of a state or a city, it could be anywhere in America. Ice cold root beer in bottles, Petty's Cafe. I mean, it's just in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? Pearl Beer Distributing. Oh. If only I could read the number plate. I think it says Texas. I'm more confident this one says Texas than the other one. What do we think that says? That says a year. Is it 1941 or 1961? Oh, I can't imagine it's going to be later than 1961. I think it's more likely to be 41. The thing is, obviously, it's not necessarily a newly bought car, so it could be any time after 1941, if indeed that's what it said. Let's just go 1945, and we will go somewhere random in Texas. Let's go on the outskirts of Dallas, why not? Oh, it's 42. I should have just stuck with the 41 that I could read, couldn't I? But at least it was between Dallas and Fort Worth, so I was pretty close. And yeah, again, over 9,000, I will definitely take that. That is a Bangladesh flag, so location should be quite straightforward. How old do we think this photo is? It's not black and white. I can't see any smartphones. And the photo quality isn't perfect, so I'm assuming it's not within the last couple of years. So the only question is how long ago. I mean, it's a pretty decent quality photo, isn't it? I've got no idea what they're celebrating, that's the other problem. It feels later than the first photo, so that was 1998. I think this is a bit more modern than that. Let's go 2008. I don't think it's going to be after 2018, so I should be within a decade. And hopefully I'll be even closer than that. Let's actually zoom in on Bangladesh. Where in Bangladesh is a sensible place to go? Somewhere on the river, presumably. Where did the capital disappear to? I don't know where Dhaka is. That's a bit off-putting, but I mean, even if I go for somewhere that's not the capital, I'm surely not going to be that far away, am I? So we'll go for Doha, I suppose. Somewhere on the Ganges. Do we think that's a big bridge? Let's go there instead then. Or do we think it's going to go in... Is that the wide part or the narrow part? I'm close enough that if it's here, I'm going to get loads of points still. It was 2010. I was pretty close. It was not even on the Ganges, was it? But, again, over 9,000. This is bound to go wrong sometime, but it hasn't yet. Oh dear, I cannot see any writing in this photo, so this one really might be a tricky one. Oh, I can't see the number plate. That's unhelpful. Okay, I can see the number plate of that one, and it's still not helpful. Oh dear. GG108. If only I could read what it says just above that. And if only I could read that. Wenzel Hartel? Is that what it says? Germany, perhaps? Hetmatwork. Yes, that does say Hetmatwork. So it might not be Germany, but it feels very European. Potentially Sweden rather than Germany, but I think I will go for Germany. So, can't quite read what it says there either. So then, okay, the question is, what year? Doppelhaut something. I mean, that feels German, doesn't it? Doppel for double, double something. What is going on? They are raising their hats rather than doing a Nazi salute, are they? I think they are. This person is taking a photo, I think. There's just too many cars to be 1940s, isn't there? Looks more like 50s or 60s, but I could be way off. I'm going to go 1950, because then if it is connected to the Second World War, at least I'm not going to be, well, I could be 15 years off, because it could be the build-up, but it just doesn't look like 1935. It just looks a bit too modern for that. So we'll go 1950. We'll go, might as well go Berlin. It was 1961. It was much later, and it was Vienna. Oh dear. At least I was right about the language, but it was German Austria rather than German Germany. And it was JFK's motorcade. Could I have worked out that those were American cars? Even if I had, I'm not sure I'd have guessed that it was a JFK visit. Yeah, okay, it's the worst one so far, but even 6,000 is better than some of my disasters in the past. Or what about this one? That is Trump with Xi Jinping. He's been there this year, hasn't he? But is that this visit? Or was it on a previous visit? This, I mean, it's not the best quality photo. Is that what he looks like now, or what he looked like in his first term, or what? That's annoying that I don't know. I'm going to go 2025. I'm not going to overthink it because it could be last week. So if I go for some time in his first term and it is last week, then I'm just going to lose so many points. So we'll go for 2025. It said Jinwen Lianbo. Is that the name of a city? I don't know where. If I can't find it after a quick look, I'm going to just go for Beijing. But they do. It does sound vaguely familiar as a city. But then there's a few other similar things that I could be thinking of. Xinwen Lianbo. I don't even know that that is the name of a city, of course. Could just be the name of the TV station. But I thought I might as well at least have a courtesy look. Just in case anything springs out. I don't think it's going to. Maybe I was just thinking of Ningbo. I really don't know. We'll plonk ourselves in Beijing and see how close we are. It was 2026. It was one of the more recent visits. I thought it might be, but I was happy enough to give up 50 points just on the off chance that it was a bit earlier. And yeah, we were in the right city. So another very good one. That's 4 very good scores out of 5, and even the 5th one wasn't a complete disaster. I'm not sure that was the hardest set ever, but I'm still going to be pretty happy with my score, I think. Oh, not quite 90%. It's 89%. I will take that. I mean, it's way higher than what I said I was aiming for. Obviously, I'm a little bit disappointed now that I got that other one wrong, otherwise I could have set all kinds of records. I think I got a 48 or a 47,000 on camera ones. Yeah, you just need a bit of luck in this game, but you do also need to decipher the clues, and we did it okay today. It is a very successful time guesser. Let me know how you got on with this one. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.